On the air, Morning Wood.
Morning Wood.
Oh. So, how was your Saturday?
It's good. It was an older crowd over there yesterday. Back to the old and back to the old and grizzled.
Grizzled, huh? Yeah.
It's
And that was the women, right?
If I could picture the classic over the age, over drinking, over sunned.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Overexposed. Usually it's the guy with the gray chest hairs and the belly hanging out, drinking, slamming back his beers. You know, boisterous.
Yeah,
ready,
red
faced. You know, that type.
Yes.
But in a good way, because it's Huntington Beach, so they're not douchebags like that. Newports.
Oh yeah. We won't talk about them over there.
But I met a couple from the Midwest who gave me tourists who gave me pointers on our trip. So that was
really
productive.
Cool.
It's funny how all of a sudden now I'm meeting everybody from, like this guy that I trade cards with. He was born in Iowa and knows South Dakota intimately. I'm like,
Wow.
I had never met anybody from Iowa before. Now I meet somebody who's gonna. No, he's 75, so I'm not sure if he's gonna tell me all the hot spots.
You never know.
Well, hot
And
spots
someday
from
you'll have
40
to.
years ago.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any hot spots in Iowa.
Well,
South Dakota. Well, you know what? There might be really wild.
Well, remarkably,
Yes.
so I went on Reddit and I went on like Tinder and the top hot girls of any colleges, not just the Midwest. I wanted to know,
Yeah.
because I wanted to see if you're including the entire nation, if any of the schools that we were driving by hit that list. Because
Yeah. Well,
if you just limit it to the Midwest, well, the bar actually might, you don't know if that's compared, maybe it's Midwest hot as opposed to national hot.
got it. Yeah.
So
yeah,
sure
yeah.
enough, schools like Florida and Texas and all the ones that are usually on the hot list are in this top 10 Tinder list of co-ed schools.
Uh-huh.
2 schools in Iowa in the top 10 of Tinder.
No.
I couldn't
Which
believe
is
it.
it Tinder?
Couldn't believe it, huh?
Tinder?
Tinder.
T-I-N-D. The
Yeah,
so
they gave-
got articles. too?
They've got, everybody's got to
content?
have their
Yeah.
survey, you know. And so the hot girls of the hottest co-eds in the country. I don't know.
Well, so
Who
are you
knows how
adding this
they-
to your list, to your trip?
Well, they were already on my trip.
Oh, good.
University of Iowa is at number 10, and Iowa State is at number 8. Who knew?
Nice.
And then I went into Reddit, and they went farther, and they said, oh yeah, University of Iowa must be a private school or something, because they're just a bunch of rich cokeheads from Illinois that are really stuck up, so don't waste your time with them unless you got a lot of money, a lot of coke.
Really?
I might have one of the two. And they said Iowa State, they actually said, they didn't really mention much about, they said they're the nicest women of the Midwest.
Oh,
Iowa
that's
State,
nice.
real sweethearts.
Yeah.
And so we're thinking maybe they'll be the, what do they call that? The grateful type. Right?
Yeah. Well, you hope so.
The real nice grateful type. So who knew? But I don't know. I have no idea why University of Iowa is the USC of the Midwest.
Huh? Interesting. They used to have a good writing program. I know that. A lot of good authors came out of it. John Irving.
That explains the Coke part.
Yeah. Us writers love our Coke.
But in this order, we're hitting Colorado State, University of Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa State, University of Iowa, maybe. I don't know about the rich cokehead thing.
I don't believe everything you read on.
I know. And then Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin. That's my own.
Do I have to
No,
remember?
you can't call alma mater if you didn't graduate from there, right? I went there for
That's
2.5
correct.
years.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Oh well.
That's unfortunate. If you just went there, you can't say.
I like my alma mater. I mean, Columbia College was a good school. Good media arts training program.
And of course, you always say, "I went to Columbia," and you don't say any more than that.
Well, no, I actually, I had a fatal, almost nearly fatal 25-year marriage because of that. In fact, I was just telling the story yesterday
She thought
to the
you
GM.
went to the real Columbia?
Well, I met her at, it was a Jewish community center. Grew up in Skokie, very Jewish area at the time. And so I had come back from Minnesota, heartbroken because the gal I thought I loved didn't love me back, at least not in that way. So
Wait, this was 25 years ago or just yesterday?
Well, this is
Sorry.
I wish it was only 25 years. No, this was 40 years ago.
Oh,
now.
dear.
Yeah, this is when I first.
course,
So,
yeah, right.
so I went to a program, and it was like, what do you say after you say hello? So it was like a round table, everyone talking. So I went around the table, and I said, I'm starting at Columbia in 3 weeks. As my introduction. So this gal comes up to me afterwards
no.
and says, if you're going to Columbia College in 3 weeks, what are you doing here?
Wait,
And
college?
In New York. So this was
Right,
this is a
right,
gal.
right.
Well, as it turns out, she was going to Northwestern, so she knew all the big schools. She was a rich cokehead from Illinois. I wish she was. Anyways,
Neither rich nor.
I need to make well, I did get my share of drugs from her, but that's another story. But yeah, so she came up to me, and that's how it started the conversation, and what grew into a 25-year marriage with 2 kids, based on that misdirection.
Well, wait. Columbia College.
There's a Columbia College in Chicago.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and that's where I went
That
to.
is where you
that's where I
went.
graduated. But the Columbia University is
Right.
the far more famous Columbia,
But
which is in New York City.
Is that where she thought you were going?
She thought, yeah. She
Yeah,
said,
right,
"Why
right,
are you
'cause that
going to?
sounds
Yeah,
really-
if you're moving to New York City in 3 weeks,
Got
what are you
it.
doing at a singles event?" I wish I would have been moving to New York City in 3
Did
weeks,
you
because I could have
get-
been a much different life.
Did you at least stretch the lie out a little bit?
No, I didn't. I didn't. How would I have stretched it out?
Well, it's that whole thing of the 40-year-old virgin where you just ask a question back where you don't actually answer.
Oh,
it.
I see. Yeah,
You
yeah.
go, I know, why would I go to? That doesn't make any sense at all. You're not answering the question. You're still leaving it as a mystery, and you're getting to at least to the point where she falls in like with you.
Yeah. I was only 22.
But you
23.
did.
But I was also competing. There's a guy there that she was talking to, that was talking with us as well, that was also interested in her at the time. So,
Who's
I
going
was
to Harvard.
yeah, well, I think he was actually, believe it or not, I think he was going on a master's program. He was a TA or something. He was, so he was far along on the educational ladder, much more.
This is interesting. So did you ever find out, would she have come up to you had she thought that you were going to
Oh, what might have been.
Well, that's
I wouldn't be sitting here now,
that's
so I guess
part
I
of
have
the
to say it was
symposium.
a
What
good
do you
thing.
say after you say hello?
Exactly.
That
I
was-
guess I figured it out.
You make them think you're going to an elite school. That's
Yeah,
what
well,
you say.
so that was the beginning of not a good period. Of
I
time.
like that for a topic though someday. What do you
Yeah.
say after you say hello?
Okay.
We need to get a couple gals on that one because that gets into cheesy line area,
Yeah,
funny cocky area.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of different ways.
cheesy and fun. I hope there's
think-
more choices than that.
Oh, 40-year-old version where you're just kind of like letting them do all the questions and
Yeah.
not giving any of the
Not sure
answers.
40-year-old virgin's a template for successful dating
Hey,
practices.
he got the
Well,
gal
yeah,
at the end.
yeah, well, of course. Well, it's fucking.
It's
I mean,
it was a movie.
he also got waxed at this.
I thought it was a
oh, my
biop.
ouch. Oh, that's all I remember about the movie was him, the screen. Anyways, all right. Well, we did it. We did our wood. It's
Kelly
going down.
Clarkson!
It's going down now. Did you say Kelly Clarkson?
That was what he yelled when he got his wax.
Oh.
Kelly Clarkson!
Oh, I forgot that. I thought you were trying to get my wood to go down. It worked. All right.
Hey. I like Kelly.
Bye.